Received a letter from one of our viewers, Alice Bassi. You sent a letter. Your concern was what's going on with the banking sector. According to you, with these disruptions in the banking sector, when you want your money, you will not get, and sometimes they delay even to receive your money. And you are asking, are your money, are funds safe with the Nigerian banks? A few other people have also expressed such concern, and here we decided to deal with that matter for the information of our clients. This is a pro bono service that is usually rendered by Broadstreet Radio. We need to address that matter. Now, the truth is, most banks are passing through that same phase of upgrade. It started with Sterling Bank on the 10th of September 2024. They had written their customers informing them of an upgrade coming, and every other person, particularly their customers. But it was usual upgrade that takes maybe a whole day, but it continued and continued, and I'm not very sure they are completely out of it. After that, we also had that of Zenith, we have had GT, we have had First Bank, and a couple others. What is the problem with the Nigerian banks? That's what you are asking. Why are we really sure that our funds are safe? Now, I want to address the matter squarely. Number one is that most banks in Nigeria are changing their software. Call it an upgrade. Their core banking software. I'll come to that terminology again. Reason being that it's become costly to maintain the softwares that they were using before, because most of them were paid in dollar. And the dollar had gotten to such level that it's prohibitive now to pay in dollars. So wisdom demands that they change their softwares and deal with the ones that are receiving the naira. And that's what is actually the core reason. Second reason why there is migration and that there are a lot of changes is because of instant attacks that we have received recently. Cyber attacks. People have been trying to hack into them. They also desire a stronger and much better Chinese wall softwares that will not have problems or people will not break into. These two reasons are strong reasons, and why most of them are going into it now. Now, you will now from here know that it is not a problem with the bank as per being healthy. It's a problem of change of software and, of course, upgrade of software in some other cases. And of course, I talked about a few minutes ago, I said something about core banking software. That's actually the one that is affected. Every bank has more than one software. There are so many software, but there's a software called core banking software. This is a software that attends to clients. Withdrawal, payments, all kinds of things are done with this software. So it's an important software. And that is the issue. So that is a software that is receiving this attention that is causing some of these disruptions in the system. Now, what went wrong? What really went wrong? We have observed by our study at Broadstreet that most of the banks did not adequately inform their clients. Their clients were not adequately informed and prepared for this. We are not very sure whether they really know what they were getting into, because it took unduly long time for some of them. Some of them are not yet out of it, but the customers complain that they didn't get adequate information. That's number one thing that we discovered that was wrong with it. And of course, it took longer than necessary, longer than the time that it was taken. Now, the other thing is that there are customers that are not software friendly. That's to say, the other customers, the one you call analog, they needed to be taken on their own. They needed to be prepared for what's happening so that they could make alternative arrangement for their needs in cash. Nobody did all those ones. They were not separated to be taken care of. Now, they also would have made provision for a temporary solution. I expected that you could print out the database of your clients and put them handy, walking into the banking system, into the banking hall, to be told that they cannot access your data. It's very, very, there's no way I can explain it. Now, it's a wrong thing for any bank to do that, but that was exactly the case. They would have printed or downloaded the database of their clients, necessary database, including bank balances, and be able to deal with those clients, treat those clients before they get into issues. So these are what we discovered that happened. Now, the next question is, was the migration, was this upgrade, if you like, necessary? That's the next question. And I will say straight away, it became necessary. It was necessary because the cost of maintaining these foreign softwares was becoming prohibitive. And if the banks must survive, they needed to migrate. Number two is that they needed also to safeguard your fund and my fund. That was the need. So cyber attacks, cyber security was another reason. So you can agree with me now that it was necessary that they do all this. Now, security issues were part of it. What is the advice that we would like to give you from here? Number one is, some of you have left your bank, maybe the bank you have enjoyed with all this period, and moved to another bank. Now, my first advice, our advice to you is, if you must move, then move to the bank that have implemented their own upgrade, or else you be met there with another upgrade in the new bank. That's number one. Number two is, if I were you, I would remain with my bank. This upgrade matter, this disruption, is not about the health of the bank. It's not about the safety of your fund. It is more about running away from prohibitive costs of using foreign softwares that pay in dollars. And of course, cybersecurity is another reason for it. So that's our advice from Broadstreet Radio, and we believe we have been useful to you in this. This was prompted by a question asked under question and answer by a client who wanted to know whether his fund is safe with the Nigerian banks. Your funds are safe. CBN have come up to assure us that there's nothing wrong with any Nigerian bank, and we can take their word to the bank. Thank you.